Hey, hi all. Can you hear me? I think we are live now on YouTube. Let me know if you can hear me. I think we have few people right now with us. Uh, just let me know if you can hear me. Okay, just give it a minute or two. Let's see if others are still joining. Uh, okay, let's get started. I think we can get started. So the whole purpose of this entire webinar, of today's webinar, is to guide you how to create your first chatbot using Cloozo. So for someone who don't know Cloozo, Cloozo is a no-code chatbot builder that you can actually use to create some interactive AI chatbots for your websites. So these chatbots basically can be trained on your own database, right? Own knowledge base. You can import files, right? You can scrape website links, and you can basically train your chatbot to answer user queries based on your data. I think I got muted. So I think we can get started. I can start sharing my screen with you, and I'll giving you a quick demo of how you can create a chatbot using your own knowledge base. And then I'll go through some other critical features of Cluzo that will be basically very essential or very helpful for agencies. And after that, we'll be revealing some upcoming critical features that will basically be something like bug fixes that we have done recently and some new features that are coming to Cluzo. So we'll reveal that as well at the end. Um, Let me share my screen quickly. Just let me know if you can see. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, I think most of the folks can see the screen now. All right. So on the screen, you will be able to see I have logged into my account. So this is the first thing that you will see when you log into your account. You will see a blank section to create your workspace. Right now, I have already created 4 workspaces. Right. So workspace is like a separate folder that you can create for your clients to basically keep all the clients and the chatbot separated. And basically, you can invite external users to each workspace to give them special permissions to specific chatbots, right? So that they can self manage their own chatbots in their workspace. So that's the purpose of workspace. Each workspace is completely separated from another. So someone managing this workspace, right, they will not be able to see other workspace or what's happening inside other unless and until you give them permissions to that workspace. So what we'll do is we'll quickly create one workspace, right, a new workspace, and then we'll be creating a chatbot inside that workspace with our own PDF files and website links, right, and then we'll embed that chatbot to our live website. So let's uh, create a new workspace. I'll give this workspace a name, let's say uh, test to December, right? So test 2nd December is my workspace name. I'll click on create. So my workspace has been created. I'll click on visit to go inside this workspace. And as you can see, it's empty right now because we haven't created any chatbots right now inside this workspace. So I quickly click on this new chatbot. I'll give this a name. Let's say um, Audi, right? So Audi will be one of my chatbot that I want to create, and this chatbot will be based on my knowledge base. The other option you have is to create a chatbot that actually search the entire Google, right? So it will basically search the Google and give you answers. We don't want that. We want a very specific chatbot that only answers to the questions related to our own data. And so I'll choose that and I'll click on create. Our chatbot has been created. Now we'll add the details like appearance and OpenAI details, OpenAI key, and other data sources will provide to this chatbot. You click on edit. So now here you can see there are a couple of tabs that we have to fill out to complete this chatbot. The first one is OpenAI settings. So I can provide my OpenAI settings here. So let me copy my OpenAI key and provide here. Next, you have to set your temperature. So the temperature is something that defines how uh, good your chatbot will respond, right? Or how accurate your chatbot will be while responding to user queries. So keeping low temperature means your chatbot will give you very accurate answers and it will be quite straightforward, right? In case you want some kind of creativity in your answers, like some fancy words or those kind of stuff, that you need to increase your temperature. But increasing too much of the temperature will lower the accuracy of your chatbot answers, right? So our focus should always be on the accuracy, right? We should we should not focus heavily on the creativity, right? So we should be focusing on getting accurate answers. So I'll give this a blend of both. So I'll keep a temperature a bit like zero point 0.3 to let's say zero point 0.4. So it will give me very accurate answers and a bit of creativity as well in writing those answers out. A GPT model, I will choose GPT-4 or GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K because these are better than this. In case you don't have access to GPT-4, then please don't select this option. else your chatbot will not respond to anything, right? In case you have access to GPT-4, please use this, right? It's best of all. And in upcoming days we'll be adding more models, GPT models here, like GPT-4 preview, right, which is just launched, and other models that are just launched by OpenAI. So we'll add those as well. At the moment I'm going to choose this model. Click on save. Now it's asking me to provide Pinecone details. So Pinecone is a vector database that will actually store all your data, all your custom data like files, PDF files, CSV files, docs files, your website links that you will scrape here. So everything will be stored inside Pinecone, and you will have all the access to Pinecone because it will be something that you will be creating at your end and providing details here, right? So you can choose yes, and you can provide all your Pinecone details here. So creating an account just takes less than 5 minutes, and you can simply create it and provide all the details here for Pinecone, and it will integrate that with Cloozo. In case you don't want to go with Pinecone and you want us to manage everything, so you can select no and click on save, but then you will not have any kind of control over your database, right? So keep that thing in mind. The next part here is the appearance. After setting up this Pinecone settings, then you come to appearance. Here you can change the chatbot color, chatbot name, sorry, chatbot display, right? Everything here. So I will not touch anything here. I'll keep this as default. I will just change the widget color here. This is the widget color in the backend, in the background. So I'll make this as red, that light red. I will keep this as light red and click on save. Next, I want to give a prompt to my chatbot. So I'll give a very basic prompt like I want you to act as a support assistant whose name is Cloozo, or let's say whose name is Audi, right? So this will be our support bot. You will answer only from, so we want our chatbot to only respond from the queries that are something related to our own data that we have uploaded to our chatbot, right? In case a user is asking a question which is not related to our data, we don't want to respond anything to user, right? We don't want to give any kind of false answers. So this is how you will be basically be telling or guiding your chatbot how to respond. So I want my chatbot to, you will always answer so only from the info provided to you. If the answer is not from the provided info, just say sorry, not sure of this, right? So this will now guide the chatbot to only respond from the data that we have provided to our chatbot. And here now you can give a welcome message as well, right? So in the welcome message we can give like, hey, hi, how, hey, I am Audi, how can I assist you? Right, very simple, clean. You can give anything that you want. At the moment you cannot use any kind of special characters in prompt or message. So we know, I mean, this is an issue with most of the users right now. Let's say if you want to use French or Spanish or Italian or any other language other than English, you will not be able to use any kind of special characters. That will give you errors at the end, right? So we have actually fixed that issue, we fixed that error, and you will be able to use any kind of special characters in the next upcoming week when we'll launch or when we'll give you a new upgrade of Cloozo. So we are going to launch a new upgrade for Cloozo in next week, which will solve this issue. But at the moment, you cannot use any kind of special characters to your chatbot. And so keep this as only valid English alphabets, right? Don't use any kind of special characters at the moment. From the next week, this will be fixed completely. I'll click on save. Now here I can provide the data sources to my chatbot. So you can upload files, so you can give website links. I'll basically give a link right now as Cloozo. I want to train this on Cloozo website or Cloozo data. Now, if I click on scrape and train, it is now going to scrape all the data from this web page, cloozo.com, and feed to my chatbot. So this has been fetched. Let me scrape some another data. So this is our support website, documentation website, where we have hosted our all the help documents, and we want to scrape that as well. I'll click on scrape and train to fetch the data. Now the data has been fetched. I can continue with the other steps. And you can see there are other sources as well, Confluence, Airtable, and Notion. So these are upcoming data sources, and you will be able to uh, import all your data from your Confluence, right? Confluence is a wiki data source, right? You can host your files, you can create your help documents on Confluence. It's very popular tool. Then we have Airtable. Everyone knows Airtable. You can start importing your database from Airtable to your chatbot. And same goes for Notion as well. These are in upcoming, they are in pipeline, and we'll be launching them soon. Then you have starter questions. These are, as you can see the description here, these are kind of frequently asked questions. So the questions that you think like most of the users will naturally or eventually search on your website, you can just give them as a starter questions here, so that user can simply go and click on them and they will get answers to them. So let's say most of our users on Cloozo, they want to know about how Cloozo can be beneficial for agencies. So I'll give this as a starter question like Cloozo for agencies. Now this will be my starter question. I'll click on add. Another question can be, let's say, what is Cloozo, right? I can give this another question. Again, you cannot use any special characters on starter questions as well, unfortunately. For the same reason as we gave on the prompt, right? At the moment, our system cannot handle any kind of special characters. So, but from the next week, most probably by Monday or Tuesday, you can use any language you want without any issues. And we are going to release some more features which we'll be revealing at the end of this session. So this is now we have added a starter questions. The next part, which is very important, is the security. This means you have to specify on which web page your chatbot needs to be displayed. And this is very important because if you provide any page here, specific web page, the chatbot will only be displayed on that page, right? It will not be working on any other web page. And this is to prevent any kind of misuse of your chatbot, right? So let's say I have a test website where I want to display this. So this is my test website where I want to basically display my chatbot, and I will give this web page the access here in the Cloozo by clicking add. Now this web domain have the access, right? But it will not be working for sub pages, right? You have to exclusively add each and every page where you want to display this chatbot, and this is for the protection of your chatbots itself, right? We don't want it to be getting spammed by other spammers, because anyone can come to your website, they can copy your code, and they can simply paste on their own website. So right, we don't want it. Specify only those websites where this chatbot should be displayed. Now this is good, I'm good with this. I can click on generate code, and my code will be generating right now. Okay. Now my code has been generated. As you can see, I can simply copy this code and I'll be going to my website where I need to embed that code. All right. So I'll be going to my website. Let me uh, uh, so as you can see, this is my test website that I have created, and here I'll be going to this web page settings. This is a website builder. Okay, this is a website builder. It can be anything. It can be WordPress, it can be Wix, it can be Squarespace, it can be PHP website, it can be any custom website, Python, anything, right? You just have to be able to add this code that you have just copied to the header of your website. So I'm using a website builder where this is the place where I need to add the header. So I'll copy that and I will paste this. So as you can see, this is our code that we have just copied. I'll add this to the header of my web page. I click on save, right? I'll just make sure I am just saving this properly and I'll click on publish, right? And now I can open this in a new tab. So let me share that page with you as well. Uh, I believe you can see the page here. Sorry, I think I'm not showing that. Uh, okay, so this is a web page that you can see, and this is our chatbot, right? As you can see, hey, I'm Audi. How can I assist you? This was a chatbot which we just created, right? With the red color, and these were the two questions that we just set here. So you can see so quickly we were able to create our chatbot and we were